and get this cable out of the way. This one has a lot of travel before it actually hits the pressure plate inside the clutch cover. So I'm going to take it off and hopefully be able to get it back on adjusted pretty quickly here for the video. Alright, now it's off. I've got this spring, floating around in here, and I don't know what to do. Well, here's the deal. I'm going to turn the actual clutch arm, or starter arm if you will, completely counterclockwise. And then I'm going to back off about, I call it 2 clicks, so maybe 2 millimeters. About the distance of 2 of these notches that are, or the splines that are in here. I'm going to place my clutch arm back on there. Oh, it's touching that spring in there. What do I do? Well, I know that this is the right amount of play that I want. This is from my 2 little notches of slack I left in there. All I need to do is get that spring back in that little hole. I usually start this job with a number of screwdrivers, the flathead screwdrivers. This one I use for installing clutch springs sometimes. It has a little notch in it. It's just a junk flathead screwdriver. I'll actually catch this spring and I'll push it all the way until I get, latched into that hole. It takes some effort, I mean, because the thing's under a lot of, force from the spring itself. I've almost got it. This is why the notch really helps a lot. Oh, come on. There it goes. Now, remember when I said you start with a number of screwdrivers, flatheads? The sharper the better. This is an insulated electrical screwdriver. It's quite small. And I say the sharper the better because you got to basically get down to that circlip groove and pull the shaft up. See how it's being pulled up? Now it's exposed, my groove, and I can grab my circlip, start from the top, put it on there, take a screwdriver, press it on. Now this has the right tension. The spring is engaged. The throw isn't very far. It's only about maybe 3/8 of an inch. And that's how you install those suckers.